Hi everybody, my name is Alex Tyrrell. I'm the leader of the Green Party of Quebec, and today we're in Saint-Clet in the Soulanges district. And I've come here today along with our candidate, Christian Soulanges, to present his candidacy and also to talk a little bit about the healthcare system and our support for the construction of a new hospital here in Vaudreuil. So Christian Soulanges is somebody who decided to get involved with politics in order to leave a better environment for future generations. He's somebody that's very passionate about this region, who's lived here for over a decade, and he'd like to leave this region with a better quality of life for everybody that's here. He's been involved in politics a little bit before. At age 23, back in 2009, he ran as an independent candidate for Montreal City Council in the Louis Riel district in the city of Montreal. And he's somebody who is very passionate about fighting against systemic racism and building a more inclusive Quebec going forward. And he wants to bring in some major changes in this region with respect to the way that we treat the environment. Christian is somebody that I've known for a few months now, who's somebody who's very hardworking, very dedicated to progressive politics, and it's my pleasure to present him as the candidate for the Green Party of Quebec in the 2022 election here in the district of Soulanges. And so without further ado, I'll hand the mic over to Christian.
Thanks, sir. Hello everyone, my name is Christian Soulanges and I am the candidate for the Green Party of Quebec in the electoral district of Soulanges. It is a privilege for me to represent the beautiful region of Soulanges for the next elections on October 3rd, 2022. Getting involved in the political world is not new for me. In 2009, at the age of 23, I ran as an independent candidate for the municipal council in Montreal in the Louis Riel district. It was an enriching experience that led me to where I am today. I decided to represent the Green Party of Quebec mainly for its values, especially its eco-socialist foundations. I am often asked, what is eco-socialism? Eco-socialism is a vision of a society transformed in harmony with nature and the development of practices to achieve this. An eco-socialist is a person who is said to be eco-responsible, who wants to build a clean environment, who believes in social justice, and who contributes in creating a better society now and to plan for the future. That being said, I got involved in politics to contribute to building strong communities and even a stronger region. I want to make an impact on the lives of every resident of our communities. I was born in the greater Montreal area and I have lived here for many years. However, I have always enjoyed spending my free time in the area and dreaming of living here one day. The city, the noise, the pollution, etc. These are all the reasons for my departure towards a life based on my values. I have lived in the Soulanges area for approximately 10 years. I lived in Saint-Zitzik, Saint Polycarpe, Saint Marthe, and now I have settled in Saint-Clet with my wife and my 7-year-old son. I work locally for a frozen food distributor, and I have also worked in transportation, security, and mental health. I'm a man of the people who understands the needs of our communities. I contribute buying locally, and I strongly believe that our region has so much to offer. I am ready to contribute to our local society by representing us at the National Assembly. We need diversity in politics, people with different life and or work experiences who together represent what is change. We need to rethink our DNA of politics. We need diverse thoughts, values, and ideas to create a clear vision that effectively contributes to positive outcomes. As individuals, it is important to contribute to society and provide a strong voice to all communities, as we have a broken system that is not focused on the truly representative needs of our citizens. Our region has had enough. We must act now. For over 20 years, we have been waiting for a new hospital. Our healthcare system is in a fragile state and needs to be rebuilt from the ground up, which must include major investments in mental health and user services that are accessible at all times. Our road system is in questionable conditioning, including provincial roads and bridges, such as the Elatourt Bridge, which has exceeded its lifespan, remains unfit for today's mobility standards. We also need to address the renovation and modernization of public schools in both languages. We need to rebuild the justice system, end systemic racism, and invest in our environment by reducing pollution and putting an end to illegal environmental practices. The Green Party of Quebec stands for social justice, and we believe in leaving a clean and peaceful society for all. We are against Bill 21 and Bill 96 of the CAQ because we believe that there is no place for these laws in our society and that these bills are not accepted. These bills will harm Quebec in the long run. My team and I would like to help put an end to the housing crisis and provide affordable housing for all Quebecers. We would like to see more investments in public transit and for it to be free for users. The Green Party supports diversity. It is the contribution of each and every one of us that will allow the effective evolution of society. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Christian, and those are priorities that are very much in tune with the Green Party of Quebec's national platform, and very happy to have a strong eco-socialist candidate out here in the Soulanges district, so thank you very much. And to build off what Christian was saying, the Green Party of Quebec supports the accelerated construction of a new hospital out here in Vaudreuil. It's not normal that people from this region are forced to go to Ontario to receive basic and also emergency health care. They should be able to have that service here. And the government of François Legault, despite their management of the pandemic, has not managed to correct a lot of the problems that we have in our healthcare system. The biggest problem that we have is the lack of capacity, the lack of the numbers of doctors and nurses and institutions that are there to take care of people. We have a somewhat aging population here in this province, and we need to train and hire more doctors and more nurses, and we have to give them working conditions and salaries that make those professions attractive. Right now, we have a lot of doctors and nurses who are looking for work outside of the province. We're losing trained professionals to other jurisdictions. We're forcing people to do overtime, subjecting them to very difficult working conditions. We have hospitals that are far over capacity. Even if you look at the Lakeshore Hospital, which is one of the closest ones to out here, even though it is quite far, it's been over 150% capacity in the emergency room on a recurring basis. So these are really big structural problems that we have with our healthcare system that need to be fixed. We also support universal mental health care. Right now, there's far too many people in Quebec that are in distress, which are having mental health issues and that are not able to get the services that they need because of financial barriers, because of the fact that mental health care is not covered in the majority of cases by the public health care system with our public health insurance and our public health care card. So those are some very important things for the Green Party of Quebec. We want to make sure that the environment is taken care of, but also the population, and make sure that people have access to quality health care, to quality education, and that we have a social safety net in which nobody is left behind. This is the eco-socialist vision that we have for the future of Quebec. I'm going to hand it back over to Christian, who's going to talk a little bit more about the hospitals and some of the other issues.
Okay. It's been more than 8 years that the issue of the Vaudreuil-Soulanges Hospital has been on the table of political discussions. It has been more than 20 years that the citizens of our region prefer and must go to hospitals in Ontario and in the southern Montérégie in order to receive adequate care and have access to doctors and specialists. On a daily basis, citizens like you and me prefer to cross the border to our Ontarian neighbors in order to have access to care and services that are essential to their health. There is a glaring problem in accessing an on-call physician or even accessing a family physician. Last October, there were more than 40,000 citizens consulting a family physician outside the region. Already in 2014, the residents of the region said that they were greatly forgotten by the governments. Unfortunately, the situation has remained unchanged for too long. The needs in the writing of Soulanges are glaring. The region has experienced an unprecedented demographic boom, but the services do not follow. It is high time to demand real change and that the population of the riding of Soulanges is finally listened to. As a candidate, but also as a citizen, I commit myself to demand for major changes to the healthcare system, to rebuild the healthcare system, and to assure adequate care for all users in Quebec. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Christian, and I'm very happy that the Green Party of Quebec is going to be so well represented out here in the Soulanges district. We're going to be campaigning very hard from now until the 3rd of October and beyond that. So thank you very much for everybody who's tuned in, and we'll continue to have more announcements going forward. Thanks.
Thank you.